Yeah. By the way, you said it there, but obviously the weird thing in history, I always think it must suck for you, because since you actually are in history so associated with NIP, and then you were actually in SK afterwards with Heat and Potty, everyone must always come up and go like, oh, then remember when you won that CPL over XeqtR? And you were like, bro, that's the one I wasn't in on that, lad. Because that was the one where obviously you had to fallen out with them, right? So what I wanted to ask was this. I've noticed in your career, there is a pattern, which is when we said you had the bad internet earlier on, and you said it yourself, you weren't the guy who wanted to practice as much as Heat and Potty. I've noticed in your career, it seems like you did have these times where like maybe your motivation, I don't know, comes in waves or around when the tournaments are. Because it seems like every time back then there would be a big gap, obviously, between big CPLs, like the major ones. And I noticed you nearly always had some drama, or you're in and out of a team, or you stopped playing for a month or something. Like, what was going on in that sense? Why was there always a little bit of drama around XeqtR back in the day?
Because I'm a drama boy. No, it's just like I was just used to not just to have the freedom. When I was like, why I started playing computer games, because then I had the freedom to do what I wanted to do when I was in front of the computer and when I was in front of the computer. So basically what happened was that I knew that we were going to have a tournament in Dallas in July, I guess. And then you prepare for that. And then the next big event would be in the winter one, right? And then maybe you had a CPL or two or a qualifier that you had to go to.
Yes.
But for me, it was just like, okay, if I practice with my team for 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, and then a week boot camp at lab, then I would be good to go. That worked for me. But that's the funny thing. That the reason why I got kicked out of Nick the first time was because I was just not online for like 2 months.
They just never saw you on the internet.
They didn't see me because I
okay, that's a pretty fair reason to kick you, to be fair. Like,
yeah. So I remember we had this IRC, you know, the chatting program, and then we had this clan channel where you know all the fans were, and I was never there, and I was barely in our own private channel, like you're saying, okay, popping in, saying hello, and then I was offline for days. And so all of a sudden I just realized that, okay, so they found a replacement for me. So then I had to go and sign for another team. But yeah, it was not there. It was just my own, like, I guess I didn't have that drive to play the game. And to be fair, I mean, it wasn't that fun for me with my internet. And
that's understandable. Sure.
Computer that wasn't good at all. I mean, I got destroyed online, and I knew that the moment that I came to a tournament, that I would destroy them. But then I had to practice and being really bad. So kind of killed my motivation, I guess. But it's no excuse. I could have moved to Sweden. I could have bought a better computer. I could have had a better internet. Blah blah blah. But I didn't think about it to be
sure
in those terms back then.
See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or be a pleb and don't.